quickly, let's have a national anthem. Thank you very much. Please let's have a seat. Thank you. All right, so everyone who is not able to get in here, please know that this is also being streamed into our seminar room, so you can also watch from the seminar room. And of course, we are also live on every of our social media platforms, on Facebook at NIOT AG, on Instagram at NIOT Research, on Twitter, which is X now, at NIOT AG, and of course on YouTube, NIOT Research. Great. I want to quickly do an introduction and welcome, of course, our IMC first, and then we're going to welcome our guest. Ladies and gentlemen, on the IMC, we have, of course, our Executive Director, CEO, Dr. M.L. Atonda. Can we celebrate him? Thank you very much, sir. Of course, let us welcome Director of Research, Dr. A.A. Olaniyan. Also, our ex-director, thank you so much, sir. I mean, ex-executive director. Of course, Director of Research, Chairman, RRPC, which is the Research Review and Planning Committee, Dr. E.I. Nwaguma. Can we celebrate him, please? Please, I'm not okay with the way we're celebrating that. And of course, we have Director of Research, Dr. O.A. Adetunji. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Director of Research, Dr. V.C. Ume. Okay, my pleasure. Of course, we have the Director of Research, HOD. Is this recent? Okay, let me just say, Director of Research, Dr. H.A. Akitoye. We have Director of Research and also Head the Public Relations Unit, Dr. L.O. Olajide Taiwo. Director of Research, Dr. S.O.S. Akiyemi. We have Director of Research, Dr. Mrs. O.O. Oyedele. Director of Research and also Head of the Department Fruits and Spices, we have Dr. O.D. Ojo. We have Director of Research, HOD Citrus and Product Development, Dr. Mrs. S.O. Babalola. Director of Research, Dr. Mrs. O.O. Thank you, ma'am. Director of Research and Acting Head of Information and Documentation, we have Dr. Mrs. B.O. Fagbola. Director of Research, Dr. Mrs. O.R. Akiribibe. Director of Research, Dr. P.E. Akinido. Of course, Director of Research, Dr. Mrs. Adebisi Adelani. It looks as if our clapping is going down. We need to understand that the more we clap, the more we will be celebrated later. Of course, we have the acting director of administration, Dr. Mrs. M.V. Davids. Good to have you, ma'am. We have Assistant Director of Research and Acting Head Farming Systems and Extension. Let's welcome Dr. Mrs. I.B. Adetunji. Continuing, we also have Assistant Director and Acting Head Finance and Accounts, Mrs. V.A. Adedipe. Our internal auditor to auditors, Mr. E.I. Ebenezer Babatunde. And of course, we have our Acting Director of Research, Assistant Director of Research and Acting Head Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation, our very own Dr. I.O. Amo. So also, we have one of our guests in the house. We have one of the guests in the house, a representative from CREAM. From CREAM, Dr. Oluwaseun. Did I get that, sir? Thank you very much, sir. Of the executive, I'm so sorry, sir. Representative of the executive director of CREAM. Let's welcome, please, now, let's welcome Dr. Oluwaseun. Welcome, sir. We celebrate you. Thank you so much. Okay, we go further. We want to introduce, of course, our chief hosts, ladies and gentlemen. Our chief host, as you well know, is somebody that we all celebrate, we all love, and we just want to recognize him again formally. Ladies and gentlemen, with a standing ovation, let's welcome and celebrate our very own Dr. M.L. Atada. Thank you so much, sir. Dr. P.E. Akinyido is now the head of the party. Excuse me. Sorry, I like to call people's names well, so I was trying to get it. Also, we want to introduce our guest, Professor Charles Oluwaseun Adetunji. We want to welcome him up. Where are you, sir? Please come up. Please come up, sir. Please let's welcome him. Thank you very much. Please let's keep clapping until he sits down. Thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, we can say. Thank you. So now we have our opening remarks from our chief host. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, don't get tired of clapping and putting those hands together. Let's celebrate our very own Dr. M.L. Atada. Thank you very much, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Master of Ceremony. I'm not going to write him today because I'm a student here today. In a place where we are having one of the best scientists in Africa, at the top 3% all over the world. I'm on the first 9 in Nigeria. First president in Africa. And, our contemporary is, I don't know, it's whether between me and him. And also an homegrown research scientist. He has all his degree in Nigeria. So it is an epitome of excellence in this country. We need to celebrate it. I'm not writing with the only person that we don't have to. I'm saying this because I'm a testimony to where the country president has sent visa to him. I've sent more than $100,000 to him. You know that one means. And me, I'm going to give him pretty 150,000. That you have to defend with the Auditor General of the Federation. So if somebody can sacrifice that, so who am I to go on the ITF today? And take that. I have also put my time to work on it as a chief executive. But from where I come from, when you are receiving a very august visitor, you put a very big barbaric, and that's why I'm putting a very big. So, Professor Adetunji, I don't know how to welcome you again. All the NIOT staff, management, we welcome you. It is a great day to have you around today. I know it is a blessing for us. We need more of this for this country, most especially at this critical state of our systems, where we need all hands on deck to get the country to the next level. And the only way you can get the country to the next level is through research and development. And that is what we're here today. So you are welcome there. Welcome all the home researchers, the management staff, and our guests, most especially my big brothers. I call him my big brother. So anytime I say big brother, I say yes, no brother. So you're welcome, Didi Green, and all the management staff of the institute. So I think I don't have much to say because I'm a student here today too. So we are going to be listening attentively to what Professor Charles Adetunji wants to tell us. Like I said, I call him confirmed professor because he's a confirmed professor. You are welcome. And I won't take much of your time. Please, MC, let's the program continue. Thank you very much.
A round of applause for our ED again. Moving on, because we're all really, really eagerly waiting to listen to Professor Charles. I want to invite to take the citation for Professor Dr. Pamela Akindowu. While she comes up, I want to also recognize the rapporteurs for this occasion. We have in the person of Mercy Okoyo, and of course, Lukman Ajibade. Good to have you. Please let's have Dr. Pamela Akindowu. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir, the Executive Director of NIHOT and the CEO. Good morning, members of the IMC. Good morning, my fellow colleagues. Good morning, our invited guests, the Executive Director of CREAM, and of course, our guest speaker for this morning. It's a great honor and privilege to be reading the citation of a distinguished professor, an erudite scholar, a director of research, and a mentor to many. Before I give this citation, I would like to invite our guest speaker, Professor Charles Oluwaseun Adetunji, to please take the stand while I read. Thank you, sir. Professor Charles Oluwaseun Adetunji is a professor of microbiology and biotechnology at the Microbiology Department, Faculty of Science, Edo State University, Usiri, Edo State. 2004, and MSc in Microbiology in 2009, both from the University of Ilorin. His academic performance in the master's class, coupled with a year-long experience as a sandwich postgraduate fellow of the World Academy of Science and Council of Industrial Research, TIWA, at the Institute of Microbial Technology, Chandigarh, India, between 2012 and 2013, exposed him to the current trends in microbiology and biotechnology. He obtained his PhD in microbiology and biotechnology from Ladoke Akintola University of Technology, Ogbomoso, in 2015. He further obtained the Department of Biotech and the World Academy of Science postdoctoral fellowship at the School of Life Sciences, Jawaharlal Nehru University, India, from 2017 to 2018. His research focus is in the area of microbiology, biotechnology, environmental biology, bioinformatics, nanotechnology, and biosafety. Professor Adetunji started his early career at the Nigerian Stock Product Research Institute, Ilorin, Nigeria, as a research officer too, and rose to the position of principal scientist. During his sojourn at NISPRI, he was actively involved in the development and testing of functional foods, isolating and characterizing health-promoting components in foods, improvement of processes that can extend shelf life of fruits and vegetables, as well as control spoilage and foodborne pathogens. He moved on to join Landmark University, Umuaron, as a lecturer, where he served in various capacities as a teacher and research staff. Professor Charles Adetunji is presently a faculty member at the Microbiology Department, Faculty of Science, Edo State University, Usere, where he utilized the application of biological techniques and microbial bioprocesses for the actualization of Sustainable Development Goals and agrarian revolution through quality teaching, research, and community development. He served as the head of Department of Microbiology, Sub-Dean, Faculty of Science, Dean, Faculty of Science, and the Acting Director of Intellectual Property and Technology Transfer at Edo State University. He is currently the Chairman, Grant Committee, and Director of Research and Innovation at Edo State University. Professor Adetunji is a visiting professor and the Executive Director for the Center of Biotechnology, Precious Cornerstone University, Ibadan. He's a visiting professor and consultant to the Department of Microbiology and Biotechnology at Trinity University, Lagos State. He is also a visiting professor to the Center of Biotechnology, Federal University of Technology, Abeokuta, Ogun State. He's an external examiner to many academic institutions for PhD and MSc students, such as the University of Johannesburg, South Africa. He has served as an external assessor to the Department of Biotechnology at Addis Ababa University, Ethiopia, as well as the University of Ilorin, for promotion assessments of academic staff, moving to the rank of full professor. In recognition of his expertise and wealth of experience in the field of microbiology and biotechnology, Professor Adetunji has a unique privilege of serving as a consultant to the government of the Republic of Serbia in Europe as a project peer reviewer of the Science Fund in the area of microbiology, nanotechnology, food science, and biotechnology. He was recently appointed the General Coordinator and Supervisor for the 100 Scientific Trials Program International by Harvest Harmonics in the USA to coordinate all countries in Africa, and is the country representative for Nigeria. This is a huge endorsement of his landmark publications in translational research, his hard work and focus, and of course, his exceptional talents. One cannot but be thrilled to see our own Professor Adetunji as a renowned trailblazer in repositioning academics and research in Africa. Professor Adetunji has won several scientific awards and grants from renowned academic bodies, just to mention a few: the Council of the Scientific and Industrial Research, India; the Department of Biotechnology, India; the World Academy of Science, Italy; Netherlands Fellowship Program, Netherlands; the Agency for International Development Cooperation, Israel; Royal Academy of Engineering, UK; and National Research Fund, TED Fund, among many others. Professor Adetunji has published many scientific papers, conference proceedings in referred national and international journals, with over 500 publications. Including 60 books, 340 book chapters, and many scientific patents in Google Scholar. He was listed in Stanford University's World Top 2% Scientist Rankings for 2023. He was ranked as #1 among the top 500 prolific authors in Nigeria from 2020 to date. And has recently been ranked #1 in 2 different fields, from biological sciences and agricultural science, among 500 prolific authors from 58 different countries in Africa. He is a series editor with William Sons, Elsevier, Springer, Taylor and Francis, USA, amongst others. He has participated in more than 100 international scientific conferences and workshops in various capacities as lead guest speaker, plenary speaker, keynote speaker, chief panelist, chairman of scientific sessions, and as one of the judges presiding over poster presentations. He's a reviewer for more than 100 scientific journals, including scientific reports in Nature and many more. He was recently recognized by Elsevier for his contributions to open access and the role his research plays in solving some of the world's challenges after some of his scientific articles were linked to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Professor Adetunji is a fellow of the Royal Society of Biology in the United Kingdom, fellow of Biotech Society of Nigeria, as well as a business manager. He's also the fellow of Nigerian Young Academy, fellow Nigerian Society of Microbiology, where he currently serves as the Assistant General Secretary and National Coordinator for the Southwest. He is also an affiliate member of the African Academy of Science. Professor Charles Oluwaseun is the President and Chairman Governing Council of the Nigerian Bioinformatics and Genomics Network Society. He's the General Secretary of the Nigerian Young Academy and also the former Chairman of Biological and Health Sciences working for Nigerian Young Academy. He's the President and Nigerian Poultry Director of the Genetic Society of West Africa, and also the Director of International Affiliation and Training Center for Environmental and Public Health Research and Development in Zaria. He was recently appointed by the African Union Development Agency, Nepal's Center of Excellence in Science, Technology, and Innovation, to participate as a senior expert and consultant to help in the development of curriculum in biotechnology, applied microbiology, microbiome, and genome editing. Professor Adetunji is an accomplished academic, an erudite scholar, and a researcher by excellence, with an impressive academic record and an enviable wealth of experience in the field of microbiology, biotechnology, and bioinformatics. Professor Adetunji is happily married and blessed with children. The EDISA, Chairman RRPC, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please join me in celebrating an icon of translation. He is indeed a trailblazer and a great mentor. Professor Charles Oluwaseun Adetunji, we welcome you, sir, as you deliver this seminar for today. Next generation scientists, their role in revitalization of Nigerian economy. Thank you very much.
Wow. Can somebody agree with me that we just had a seminar just now? Because I was rewriting my life. Wow. Can we celebrate Professor Charles again? Thank you, sir. Elisa, thank you for bringing Professor Charles. We have not listened yet, but we have already listened. Ladies and gentlemen, your distinguished excellencies. Now we're moving to a very critical moment of this occasion, and we're going to be having, of course, a presentation from our guest speaker. But I don't think I can do that, sir. I think, sir, I will pass that baton to you to invite our professor to present, sir. Please, can we give the ED the mic? Thank you. Thank you very much. I want to humbly bow.
It's the same man you used to open it to invite it. I am also tired and cannot invite it. The last time we spoke last year, it was 3% in the world. Now it's 2%. From the CV I had now. So the chairman RTC gave me the list this morning, the citation, but I didn't read it because it's too plenty. I went to school in the night. And then now, just kind of moved to 2%. So by the time maybe we come back next year to come and check what we are doing, maybe it's 1%. So on behalf of the master of the ceremony, because I'm confused, we are inviting the confirmed. Okay, that's an official. I used to call you confirmed professor. You're already confirmed now. Distinguished Professor Charles Oluwaseun Adetunji. Please welcome to the table.
me say, to God alone be all the glory. All the things that have been said to God, not me. Because on this earth, no matter what you are, when God has not breathed on you, you are nothing. So, I'm not here today in the capacity of a teacher, a world-renowned distinguished professor. I'm here standing by the grace and mercy of God. And I'm here today to have many friends in my acre. I already have billions, millions of friends as a result of my visiting many countries in the world. But today, I want to thank Almighty God for the life of our distinguished professor and executive director. At that, please let us stand up and celebrate him. Honor to get honor. Thank you very much. And clap for yourself too. Clap for yourself. So what I'm saying next before I go on, I'm not here to come and lecture. It's going to be interactive. Anybody that does not have a daughter, maybe you go and buy 20 higher book. I will learn from all of you. That's why I brought my diary and my pen. So that the critical thing I'm going to solve, we are going to be interactive session. We are going to have a community, my INTISA, to the federal government. I'm telling you, NIOT is the best scientist in the world. Because if you value the best, you are the best. Until when I see other institutes doing that, I will go, they are following NIOT. So I'm here today to come and learn. I'm not here to come and bulldoze, show science. No, it's not about that. It's the life of people. So to God alone be all the glory. Without wasting time, I don't know, maybe time will be enough for me because I have about 800 slides on my slide. And I will try to be very brief about what I'm going to do. Normally, what I do in UK, US, everywhere is that their government will bring me for like 1 month. I will take another, but because of resources and a lot of other things, and my own time schedule now, to God be the glory. I'm supposed to be in Maputo today, but I was invited by the Honorable Minister to come and do accreditation in some university and do a lot of other consulting work. But I choose to be in IELTS. I choose to be in IELTS. Everything is not about money. I was in Unilag yesterday making a presentation. I was supposed to have a dinner with the vice everybody, but I choose to come because NIOT is important. Why? We are the one that going to solve the global problem. When you have food, no more problem. So, without wasting time, I've collapsed my talk into 4 workshops I'm going to do this morning. So I'll be very brief and fast. After that, I will now go to the lecture I came for. Because this is an opportunity. Maybe we might organize some other ones that will come back and now elaborate. But we can't solve everything in one day. But we try and have 4 workshops. After those 4 workshops, we now go to the re-talk. So let's fire out. So you all know that the whole world is going through a lot of problems. And there are several directors. This is my university. And I sit as the director of research. Everybody knows that COVID-19, when it came, the whole world was a problem. Nobody ever thought that COVID-19 is going to come. But it came. But there's only one thing that there is now time that we as a scientist and a better for us to solve the global problem and use circular economy to solve the problem. So these are some of the positions I have held, and that's my office as the director of research. And this is NIOT, and here I am. God be the glory. And people might be wondering, people were clapping, people were shouting, but I said it belongs to God. Now, whether Muslim, whether Christian, whether anything, without God factor in your life, zero. If you oppress people, if you hate people, if you thank God, zero. I'm not a pastor, I'm not a preacher, but I did research with top best professors in the world. And I discover with all the science, they do not have God. They do not have impact. I'm here today to talk about impact. How can NIOT borrow CBN billions of dollars? All of us here today, I'm here to come and open our skull that we are potential trillionaires. How many of us have domiciliary accounts? I will become pastor by the time you pay $1 trillion into my own account. So I'm here today to open our skull. But before we go into the real talk and solve the global problem, there are some things we need to pay attention on. Number one, the word of God. I say CET, Genesis 1:1. Don't mind me. Research impact and international perspective. If we are to solve the global problem and be an international scientist, we must understand the meaning of research. It's beyond academia. It's beyond, I am a research institute, I am a professor. No, it's not about title. You might not have a title, but you might not know what is inside of you. It's not about becoming a vice chancellor. It's not about becoming a president. What do you have? What can you solve? So it's beyond calling a professor, calling a doctor, calling a title. You contribute to the development. Number one, your society. They have what you want. Culture, environment, and economy. On my inaugural lecture, I did a talk on bioeconomy. If we cannot generate and boost the GDP of this institute, all of us here, I don't know. It came to a point in my institute that billions of dollars only, and everybody wants to relate with us because you have the resources, and that is our mandate, that's our calling. You must ensure that we are bringing money. So, European Union define this as life of impact, economy, society, culture, public health, and environment. Now, Australian research impact also said that it means and revolving translating research. It's not that we are not doing research. It's not that we have not done a lot. But have we encompassed and embraced translational research? What are the translational research that you go to your community? What is the problem? How many industries have been visited to check before we conceptualize our research? How many impact, how many farmers? When last did we eat with the farmers in our community? When last did we talk to them? Most of my findings they were celebrating all over the world. I got it from old men. You store your yam like this. My Israel government brought me to Hebrew University for months. They want to know the secrets. I stored it for 1 year, 2 years. This what I discussed. When last did you give the old men in your street money? Did you discuss? It's our olden days. We can't beat the experience of our old Baba and old Mama. When last did you talk to them? But we want to overthrow them. Sorry, today is going to be like next feeling. So it's a real world of solution policy, and community. So it's about impact. It's not about journal. I have over 600 journals, and I have almost more than 200 accepted now. I don't know what to come. But after happening all, does my community knows me? Starting from NIOT here. If we have NIOT here, we have wasted orange. How many biogas have we generated from that? We must solve the immediate community here. Must know. In my own house here, I generate biogas for them. In my studio, don't buy gas. They use the gas for my house. And community is happy. How many of us are solving it? So impact. When I talk, this is the first workshop. I'll make it maybe 10 minutes so that we move on. It's like an impact. We need to impact. When you have not impacted your church, your mosque, your community, your one generation, I don't know what we are doing. So, element of research for impact, theory of change, stakeholder engagement, strategic partnership, strategic combination, capacity development, influencing outcome. Now, creating a deliberate research impact for knowledge. You must be a visionary and begin with end in mind. Make some new friends. Plan. Consider next step. Create a feedback. When you move with somebody in a month and your life did not move forward, what are you doing with the person? Somebody is pulling you down. Because of eye service, you remain. You won't go great. Because if somebody did not allow or celebrate what you have, and whoever is in the position, it's God that put the person there. If God have not allowed it, will not come. If God have not designed I will be here, I will be in Maputo, enjoy myself. But God said, no, don't go. Be in my house. Who is your friend? Please, let's ask ourselves. Who is your friend? Anybody that will not push you forward to be the best of what God wants you to be. You can't do science. Anybody that pull you down, you can't relate with the person. You can't go far. Until when I understand this, I deleted some people in my life. I deleted them. Yes, because if you don't delete, they will not bring the best in. They will pull you down. If you write your post, they don't see anything good. If you do good, they don't see it. Whether you do good in the next 20 years, they don't see it. These are in-house, and it must be in-house. Do you take feedback? Evaluate your knowledge implementation process. How do we achieve significant impact? If you sit down in Ibadan and you do not collaborate with anybody in London, US, start from home. In my institute, let me tell you, they are saying top 500. I was rated #1 professor in Nigeria. But my students, undergraduate students, BSc, they are more than 50 on that list. When they rated, to come in the glory, I'm not saying anything to boast here. The record is here, and I will show evidence today. It's normal. They were saying top professors in Africa. I was rated #1. By the grace of God, 58th country. But on that list, why I thank God is that the first 10 list, my research group took more than 1 to 10. My wife was #4 on that list. So that's what I mean. Once you become carry fire, you can't attract fire. It's going to be fire today. Yeah, because I want NIHOT to Harvard and Oxford to come here in the tenure of our distinguished professor. I think it must happen. This kind of lecture is necessary in NIHOT, in CREAM, in everywhere. All of you must bring me. I must preach the message. So what am I saying in essence is that international collaboration, your best is here to come. And let me tell you, people that brought you down, they've not seen anything. People that say you will not go far, in their presence you will go far. So, what am I saying? International collaboration. If you get to a time when you collaborate, you no longer pay visa, you no longer do embassy. I show you to the honorable minister of Temple, Professor Adetunji. They send your visa. You call me 1 hour, you send visa. If I sit in Ibadan, we then send visa, but start from home, do something before you go international. How many international collaborators do you have? We determine the level of resources you have. Because your feasibility and impact will not come from indigenous knowledge alone. You need an helper. Without an helper, which is an international collaborator, many things cannot be done. Last week, I sponsored 100 people for a scholarship. If you are not having collaborator, if you are not having a collaborator from London, they call me, Professor Adetunji, can you get us 100 people to fill this position? I told him, I said, you are telling me the level of consent, please send the message to your network. Because I was the president of the Nigerian Bank Network. I fired it in on the platform. Before I got it, everybody got it. Without international collaborator, will I get it? No. That was why I said international collaborator. Demand-driven research. Why are you doing research? We have so many technology, nobody has come to adopt. Where is our adopted village? When large people there? How many people have visited us to see? I'm talking because I'm a researcher. I started from here. This is my root. I'm a research scientist, and I'm still a research scientist. It's not about just teaching in class. No. What we don't know, which I'm going to change our organization today, is that forget about working in the university or not working in the university. It does not matter. You are the father of professors. You are the father of the university. Research is basic. That was the message I was preaching there, because some people told me nothing about it. I said, okay, by the grace of God, the message of God, I will be a I will still go to university and prove that researcher is researcher. It's not being about being called a professor or being a university student. When you have what it takes, it's not the problem. So considering cultural dimension and policy making and all of other things are very important. International collaboration, we have talked about it. Our Serbia government invited me to prepare all the professors' work, project, and a lot of it. With that international collaboration, you can't solve it. I said it must be that driven. Understand the cultural environment. If you solve a problem, you don't understand your terrain, it's going to be very difficult. Findings are sensitive and resonate with cultural content. It is more likely to have a wider, it must be impactful. Now, do we have technology transfer and innovation office here? That is a hub. We need so that they will continue to collate what we are solving, what we have. Public engagement and outreach, we need to intensify. Open access and knowledge sharing, we need to intensify. Research administrator is necessary. There are some persons that their own work, that's why I said that it's going to take us a lot of while to try to. But their own job is not to manage research, grant and fund. They act as and a lot of other things. And a lot of other things. So from all these first workshop, researcher and research in Africa must reinforce poster, research impact, advertising, collaboration, stakeholder engagement, and it must go beyond borders. In summary, consider various ways of research, positive interconnectivity and a lot of things. Adopting international perspective. Whatever you are doing, you must solve your local problem and move to international problem. So this is the first workshop, and I don't know, maybe I'm permitted to fire out the second workshop. So this is the first one. Is there any question before I move on, or I take the question? Okay, let me move on. So I'm going to the second workshop, and that's the first workshop. So the first lesson is that we must be thinking of how to make impact. It's not just about me. It's not just about my thing. What have you done in your committee you are known for before you solve the global problem? Before they will call you, US government will call you, we are giving you slots, you must solve your own, they must see it. I can't when I was in this place, people came from Prelude University. They came to come and see our mental health, what we use in putting everything, a lot of things. And that's myself. So you must do a lot of things that will bring a lot of people here. So the first workshop is about what? Impact. Please tell your friend and person beside you that I am starting a life of impact. I am an impact. I will make an impact in this world. My children will make an impact. Whether anybody like it or not, I will make an impact. Let's start ourselves. So I'm going to the second workshop. Before we now start the real lecture. So, research innovation management in universities, research institution, operational strategy. How do we conduct research? What is the memorandum of understanding of that? Now, some of why I'm talking about this, the topic is research innovation management in African university. That's what I want to write it down. Research and innovation management in African university and research institution. What are the operations to strategy? Now, to God be the glory, in last year, I was communicated by a Syria that they discovered that among the top professors in Africa, my work is solving the global problem. And they gave me this. So that is why I put it here is that you must make impact before you become physical. I don't know, maybe I'm communicating. I'm not just preaching here without evidence. There are results. To God be the glory. So before you make global impact, you must be doing something in your community before you become visible. So they sent this to me, and I so much appreciate it. We must ensure whatever we want to do in terms of research encompass sustainable development. Many research institutes emphasize on teaching, not research. Can we see why God created us in research institutes now? Not teaching. Before you, why am I every year in my school now they give me best teacher, best professor award? Because I was in research institute for more than how many years? I got to the rank of principal, going to chief scientist before I went to the university. So I understand the research. Every day I must enter laboratory with my lab. It has become part of me. So without research, you cannot teach. What do you want to teach when you have no research? I don't know, maybe I'm correct. So do you know I agree with me that we are the father of universities? I don't know, maybe you don't know before, that's why I'm open now. University is just to disseminate what have been researched upon. I don't know, maybe I'm communicating. My professor can tell me, he's also our teacher. So government investment is very low. How many billion of dollars have been donated to this institute? So the team are not have enough thing to do everything. How much money? If there is money, I would have seen everybody in their research institute, in their research lab, who have individual, how many research people, how many things. So there is no money, but we appreciate government for the little they are doing, but they need to intensify more efforts. Like we see in abroad, if there is money, everybody will smile. His eyes will not be looking like, his mouth will not be looking like. Everything will join the morals together and join together. Because money is the root of everything. When there is no money, when you are not everything, people will not celebrate. So we pray government should listen to our call and prayer. We will be praying. I went to Netherlands to go and study a course on lobby of science. Then I studied for some months how to talk to the government. And that has worked. I've done that in several times. Invited. Even to the Council of the Nigerian Revitalization Society. I was part of the professors that went to the house to talk. Because when you have that science, there are policies, there are strategies. There is a way you talk to government. Government will listen to you. It's not why you can talk to government. You must have lobby science too. But that is not part of what I'm going to talk. Another day I will come back to come and talk about lobby in science. It's another degree course. I will be coming to this evidence. So that's why I cannot go to the lecture straight. I have to prepare some background and create some foundation. These are the foundation. This is second workshop. So government will help us. So the fact income is very important. So looking at this organogram, the environment is conducive, but when there is no money, how will it be conducive? Fostering leadership, we have a good leader. If it's not a good leader, he will not bring it. No matter what it is, two of us. Let's clap for him. That's grants. I'm still going to do another workshop on grants. How many grants in tune of billions of dollars we have won? I'm not just preaching what I've done it to my own university. Let the whole world hear. They can confirm. It's not a joke. And I give 10% of every of my grants to the administrator. They own it. It's their time to enjoy. And your time to enjoy will soon come. Clap if you want to clap, don't have this. Give it to God, give it to God. So, the more you have it, let me tell you, if somebody is talking about you have not brought something on table. By the time you bring 100 million US dollar, my VC does not want money to mention my name. In the name of Jesus, I cast you, will you go out? Go out! Why is because you will stop my 10%. Clap, you want to clap? Because the more grant we win, we will be happy. Your HOD will not give you credit again. Your team will not give you credit. All the directors, the principal chief, nobody will look at you. If you don't think you have to block in the Congo. Which is true, I'm telling you. I have learned both things of this life is more spiritual than physical. The spiritual control the physical. So when you do good, people the way that will bless you. I don't know maybe I'm right or wrong. It is what I have heard that many people have discovered my favor because they've enjoyed from the grace. So many things are not happening. So when many things are not happening, what are you bringing on the table? We must work on ourselves to bring something on the table. I will bless our leader with may I give them 10% and I look into it. Because as I'm giving them, they are happy, another opening doors is happening. So that's why I say this workshop is necessary before the talk. It's not just me coming and say I thought I do. It makes no meaning. But if I come and this institute become #1 institute in the whole world, I'll be happy. That is God. So what are we talking about? Diversity, attract young scientists. Who are the young scientists doing well? Let's celebrate them. Let's encourage them. Let's give them gifts. There were 3 PhD students that graduated from me last year. They came from Polytechnic, so they were rejected in the faculty. So when I got to, I traveled, I came back, they said, Prof, you have to go. I said, okay. All of you, they say they are taken or they cannot afford to anything. I said, okay, give me those ones that you said they cannot. Don't worry. So, I said, okay, since you have got that, I call those ones. So they have challenges, and I didn't know they have challenges. That they've not really been in love. So they don't understand. And you can't formulate with me. We will do it together. You will see it. Because I have a name, I have integrity. You can't spoil my name. So when I discovered that for some months, they couldn't make any progress. And me designing a project for them is like me doing the project myself. So I know I'm the one designing one for myself. They are just with me to be changed. So mentorship, I need that I'm coming to the point. Did we celebrate our young brains? Don't spoil. Everybody will have their own today. Impact. Now we are talking about research ethics and all. So along the day, they will be crying to us, oh, women, don't worry, I understand the emotional stress, but don't worry, you will make it. You will be the best. I encourage them, I give them material to the point that all my professors in the US, that I design teach objective with distinguished professors abroad. Them, expose them, they will do training. At the end of the day, to God be the glory, they were the best graduating ages. To the point that my DC have to connect in. I have the video, I can share it with all of you. Watch it. It's not out. I have to. I'll share the video with all of you. They came, the external examiner, they said, wow, this has been rejected tone. They now became the best. When I recommended professor from the West, they said, no, they want people from the DFA. I said, people group from Harvard. To God be the glory, they became the best. They were celebrated. These are the people that were crying for 2 years. I sat them down and I challenged them. I change. You have what it is. You were rejected, but that is not God's plan. Or no, so then. And they got it and say, or no, that and then okay. Very and I want to critique him. They cannot talk again when they saw the quality of work. This is not a joke. You can go to Harvard or not what they are different. We might be in Nigeria, we might be black, but our brain is not black. The message is let's celebrate the young child. So many types of fellowship are here. Strengthening capacity, a lot of other things because of time. So, organogram, we need to organize organogram. You can't just do it anyhow. So let's recognize all our data. When of us don't respect our authority. If blessing was come, was respected. They didn't get here just in the night. They grew to that point. Another sees. This small boy like Charles. When they went to select the vice chancellor of my university, they did a council something. And I was surprised, they voted me. I'm not from Edona. They said, no. When it comes to integrity, you will select the right, you not play. They were even thinking I would contest and become. I said, no, I'm more busy than that. I'm already a busy on myself. Because some of us don't even know our identity. We don't know what we are. That's why we stop and we kill ourselves. There are something that is not even necessary. Someone that wants to be happy, let me happy. I'm like, how about we be happy? Let's recognize what you have. Let's recognize what you contain. Some of you are even bigger than president, but you never know. You are being subjected because of his stubborn leader that's put under. Or family or situation or friends. And that is not true. Let's ask ourselves, what did I carry? What did I contain? So, we need to have organogram. That's what I'm talking. What is our autonomous operation system? How do we support interfacing within university research institutes, leveraging on innovation, and doing research? The EDTC projects, they've won a lot of grants through leadership and advocacy. So we must recognize themselves. You can see 800 million euro, 500 million euro, several projects. So by the time we have all these things we begin to think, our life will become better. You can see some of them, the funding and that. Because here today, I told us we are all millionaires. Our orientation was changed about money. Sorry, I like money. So it's not only in the end we supported a lot of time about it. So we must understand and make central research management structure. But because of time, I'm not going to that. So we have decentralized and centralized, we have homes and disadvantages. So what I'm saying is that we must understand the structure. There must be a structure. This is what we take time. It's not a day. This course sometimes is on the university and abroad. I take it for 1 month. It's beyond what I'm just doing a lot of time. So research management, what I want to say is it's teamwork. As the Director General is working, we that we are just research officers to the work. Why I can talk to I go through all this rank. The only thing is that I'm still learning from all of you. Maximum commitment and high morale of the PR. We must be committed, engage in making policy, consulting leadership, informative culture, quarterly networking, happy hours cocktail. I remember when I was given the best scientist in the whole of Asia. More than 40 of us contested for it. I remember as number 1 by myself. My professor, Professor Revitalization, took me to a restaurant every week. When last did we take our colleagues to eat here? When yes, because your battery, you say research what you are about. In fact, our young also parawan to the global. Yes, now. Open up here. Yes, now. It's Robert. Yes, now. Then people know that say what we are appreciating. Tobacco, we will have done more than that. But the little time, that's why I'm appealing to government. They should pump money to research institute so that and shaking is. Sorry, I'm speaking Yoruba. So happy hour, we must cultivate habit of happy hour. It doesn't have to be your meeting. HOD, when last did you celebrate? Me now, in my faculty, up till now, they still say I'm the best dean in the whole university. So when it was time for them to select vice chancellor, it's because they know what I'm good. Happy hour is happy hour. Happy hour is happy hour. So these are people continue to talk and this for. I'm speaking all of nobody has spoken to me. There are many things here, they are all about that. There must be happy hour for today. I said that everybody be happy at home. I said this thing, everybody be happy. And all of us too, we must be celebrating the small up from our organ. 2 of us. Yeah. Now, what am I saying? Something happened when I was announced as the best professor in Africa, best professor in Nigeria. Unilori did something. I was in Unilab yesterday giving the same lecture. Unilab. I didn't know that the vice chancellor of Unilori was on seat. So when they asked me to come back, I said, no, I'm not going to talk tonight. 15 minutes, I'm done. So after everybody was starting, I now said something. When I was announced, Unilori went to punch to go and announce the victory. They went to their page, they celebrated. When last have we celebrated our very own? Whether we are zonal coordinators, these are announcements, and it's going to be very thick. When last did we celebrate victory? Then when last did we celebrate our organ? When you come to my office, I don't have where to put plate again. I don't have where to put cards. Because I'm doing it, I'm getting it. It's a feedback mechanism. Give and take. It's a community-driven research central. When last did we celebrate? I'm not talking about jealousy. Jealousy, everything will not solve anything. If you jealous to them, we'll take the kankan. Why you disturb yourself? Plan your own way to go to the top. Some people down. Operation pulling that them must stop. Now, because if we don't start all this kind of thing, Nigeria will not go far. Yes, now. So recognize success. This is a teamwork. They say Nigeria is playing football today. We will win by the grace of God. Because something good has started in my house. So teamwork about teamwork. We must exercise teamwork. Sorry, I'm going to take some time, if you permit me. Thank you, sir. So, thank you. So, a lot of things, we talk about grant management, software, a lot of things, communicator. One thing, I'm consulting presently, I'm a consultant to the African Union. I've done for like 10, 15 countries. When I have time, I'll still go to other countries to do. One thing I'm preaching is that communication, research communication, we have not focused attention on it. There are distinguished scientists here better than many professors, but the job will have blown. Some of them say, "Oh, blow, can only be go blow everywhere, go blow." If they know what I have brought into those blowing, you have it. But they've signed to in one corner. How will you be the head? When not you communicate what you have? Imperative science communication. There's no embedded. It's a department on its own. Because if you have a trumpet, you do not blow, you become lost. So all of us in sciences, we must have research communication department. But to create this space, very couple days, let's go back. I'm thinking for everybody to do. I must collect my property channel. So that's about that. So we are talking about career development for staff. So it's very necessary. Whether you have whatever level you are, don't stop there. Try to move on. Research initiative pillars I've talked about. So that is the end of workshop 2. I'm going to workshop 3. Yes, today is very loaded. And if you don't mind, we'll enjoy it. Who are our founder? Status of research in Africa, where are we? Who is funding us? Who is it? State of research in Africa, state of the funding of African researchers, we must know. What are the limited funding schemes? And what we know what? Who's funding African researchers? We have multilateral organization, bilateral, pharmaceutical philanthropies, university research institutes, NGO, and a lot of things. Who are the one funding, for example, now? The one some of us have, the one that we have evidence and showcase it, and so many other people around us have won it. National Institute for Health, the US, Bill Gates, there is a consultancy job of 280 million US dollars. Can you calculate that in there? So develop yourself that you get to the point that even if your community wants to be a mosque or church, you can do it. It's igual. There is money in research, but we think it's about getting university. The way you do everything is the way you will do your own thing when you have it. We have this attitude to be is government job. I'm still proud from this preaching today. I preach it everywhere. I was celebrating this week. I didn't know that the vice chancellor was there. I was celebrating, for announcement. And the VC, we were together and talked like for 30 minutes yesterday. It was one I thought we had. Let's take picture. Because you give it back. You are from there, you are returning it back. So Welcome Trust, European Union, German Federation, Swedish International Development Cooperation Agency, Danish Theatre. So who fund African researchers? Here is the list. We have the Science Africa Foundation, Africa Research Fund Excellence, Science Grants Initiative, National Research Council, embassies. Do you know embassies like Mashab? They coordinate Mashab ministry. I know many of us have been doing Mashab here, 2 of us. So embassies, when last did we communicate to the embassy? When last did we visit the embassy at the science institute? I now discover people in the ministry are enjoying it in Abuja, and they give it to their own people. I was scholar, I told one benefit one. They are not aware. Scholars are not aware that people in embassy they give grants because they are the one that is mediating for those countries over there. For when we did not show interest, when you did not show, how would they know? Will they come to our house? Common announcement for funding, we must be aware of that. Like the foundation. Recently, there are some of my friends they gave $7 billion for them to do research. So today we are in for serious business. Common type of funding scheme, fellowship, career program, grants, network grants, co-funding and capacity and all of it. So funding research engines. These are where can we start? Somebody will say, okay, so we can see Prof, so where do we find it? This is where we can find it. Funder search engine, Research Africa, funders' websites, set up to alert, good old. I remember when I was in this school, Dr. Williams used to say one thing that press one button. We are lazy, don't press one button. So when I met him, what is it? He said, have you sent letter of intent? Send one button. When last you communicate to company or to people. There is no error in trying. And you don't know the trying you will try. That will trace you and you. So essential for the effective donor. Somebody will now say that we now have donors. What are they even looking for? I don't even know what they are looking for. So we're going to see what they are looking for now. Okay, so number one thing is an understand scientific objective institution that is making a call. Identify funder, does it align with the objective? Why they don't pick any of us that you don't have a publication in a particular area, they are writing another, there is no how funder will give you. Because they want to see what you have been doing, how you have impacted your community. Know your researcher, align the research with the right funder, understand funder's requirements. Like also know the schedule of the funder, engage with the program manager of the funder. That is the work of research administrator. How many letters of intent have we received this year? This is January. We are now in February. From now on. Sending 100 letters of intent out every month guarantee us that we'll get like 3 or 4 or 5. I don't know, maybe I'm communicating. We must plan and act. Dedicate good time. Most of the research I've done, sometimes I write and prepare them 3 years ahead. So it's not a big job. What we need to ask ourselves now before we go to the next lecture What is research purpose of the call? What type of funding is it all about? Who will provide it? When is the submission deadline? Some of us, we must have a working diagram from today and set a timeline that this particular grant, this is the day, this is the time. What is the criteria? What are the special conditions, application requirements? A simple rule that you can use to submit the grant, which is the last one. Outline research objective, find appropriate funder. What is the eligibility? Who are the collaborators? You put your boss there just to let the something go. They will not pick your proposal. You are not sincere. Because I told you some of the government of this nation, I review for them. So one thing I will see is the speciality. Once I cannot find what you have, I will go to online, search you everything. I need to come to your country before I will search you. Contract collaborators. You must have a consultant. Yes. A consultant is very necessary before any institute will make progress. Somebody that has seen it, somebody that is already there. Because if you don't have a consultant, like me, I've been hired by the grace of God by many presidents or ministers of science, which I've met in Ethiopia. I've been there 2 years, 2 times last year, to consult and to give advice. And they took me around all their universities. I saw what was required. You need a consultant. Without a consultant, it's not just the knowledge that will come in a day. So we must plan and prepare for application packages. Get application critically reviewed. People must be objective. There are all our guys here, they are the reviewer. They have experience, they have what it takes. Give it to them. They must critique it. Use red Bible. Me, what I like most is using red Bible on my work. Correcting me. Many of us don't like correction. They can't go far. Submit the application. That's it. That is the end of the tour workshop. Quickly to the portal. How do we roll out funding opportunity to our institutes? Funding is very important. We need to prioritize our expertise in identifying of necessary funding opportunities. Establish laboratories. Give funding. How many of our research staff have we sent to abroad to go and study for the next 2 years, 3 years? Am I saying the mind of some people? Then let me ask this. How many of our guys here have they been sent to leadership training for 1 year and will not be jealous before they come back? So it's still for that. Traveling for research purpose. Let me tell you a secret. Most of the findings I have found in the world is when I'm under a relaxed environment. I'm eating chicken, turkey that they didn't allow me to eat. And no, I remember in 2018, I was invited to Rwanda, where we had a biotechnology congress. I was the only African that was invited to come and give a talk like this. I did tell one of my guys, he ignored me, he didn't answer me. So I did take it to a conference. But immediately after that conference changed my life. Because people that now invited me in the US, give me this award, give me this, they might make them in conferences. Many of us go to conferences and we interacted. In-house to in-house self, even in the 9 or 2 are there. So many strategies are here that can build our feasibility. This is the question. How do we identify funding of your research? I've said it earlier, government grants, and some of them are suspicion, some of them is just that the inequality with the gender balance. That's what they are looking for. Some children, some old men. If you can write, everybody is important. That's the best I want us to do. What can you just do if not identify it? So everybody must know yourself. How many of them? Hosts. Have we hosted international body here in our institute to come and have conference to impact and rub on us? There is something when our guy was giving a lot of excellence at PC, there is a man that came from US. I'm telling you now, that's why we need a consultant. You must sow before you reap. You are not giving to your head that you want to bless it, you will not come. There are 3 cali that can make you great. I'm going to tell you the calis. 3 cali. Number 1, grammatically. When you can speak. Grammatically. Spiritually. Grammatically. Am I communicating? Yeah. You have to have it. Am I communicating? Yes. So those are the things that we need. I don't know what is. So introduction to research professional in Africa, database. European Commission funding, we have $10,000. Introduction to grant government.org is another one. So a lot of them. So question is that analyzing funding opportunity, type of opportunity that we want. We need to analyze it critically, and there is deep learning, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. It doesn't mean that I didn't read computer. I'm writing textbook for computer people. I've written for medicine. Once you have one knowledge, you can apply. So artificial intelligence. How many textbooks? We have our library here. When last did we visit library? So all these artificial will improve our research skill. Social media. There are so many platforms on social media that have so many grant opportunities. How many of them have we subscribed to? Most of the university I've gone to now, but this is what I preach to them. We need to help us to generate something on competency, communicate and negotiate, and it's based on Bloom's taxonomy and emphasize. Bloom's taxonomy, what does it emphasize? It creates, evaluates, analyze, apply, understand, remember. Now, if you want to start to make good progress, Bloom's taxonomy will help. Even in your own life story, what you need to do now after this lecture is to go back, create again. Then apply. If it's working, apply it. Then you need to understand, many of us are projecting technology, we do not even know ourselves. Who will not adopt it? Then you must remember that you are a researcher by excellence. You have the calling. So component of the learning management system. Learning management system is something, maybe our ICT, when we have time to do change of that. Because when you have that ICT, they will be the one managing all our research grants. So it's very deep, but because of time, I might not be able to. So you must choose the right technology. Technology tools, artificial intelligence, machine learning, they are what have come to stay, whether we like it or not. So I don't know, maybe I should do this or leave this. That's the last workshop before I go to my comment. Each program need to write letter of intent at least 20 in the month. So that means activity must be going on. Not that come to work 2 o'clock, go 4 o'clock. You know what? You want to work, otherwise we are not projecting anything. That means what we are saying today does not make any impact. I will not follow them to do it. I'm discovering. That was a discovery I made. They are pricing in $500 million, and I will show you the technology. I'm not selling to them. If you raise it to $800 million, fine, I'll consider it.
I'm the marketing manager.
So, what do we need to do? Let us text from it. We need it. When you are talking about all those things now, I cannot speak good English. I can't hear, but you must have a language editor, like me, a language editor. If I help you edit your thesis or edit anything, nobody will reject it. And the principle is Adetunji. I have it here. It's not it. Even if I talk in any conference, 30 minutes, you must pay me $500. 1 hour, $1,000. It's a professor fee. So what I'm saying, I'm not saying to intimidate our friends. And I must be doing left and right. Because some people, it's not that they don't want to be, but what eyes will you be looking at me? So full concept notes. After your letter for intent has been submitted and accepted, they will ask for proposal. It's very necessary. Statement of problem. So they were disturbed. I can show you evidence. They were the one writing it. There is this 300 euro. There is this one. There is this one. Because they've seen I've been writing and won before. So they are not disturbed. I can say being in administrative, examining professor in abroad, examining everywhere. Why would I get the time to write? Task, should I take the deadline? So I have it here. You want to see after it, I can show you to encourage many of us. All what I've said. So if you don't try it, they won't know you. They will be calling you. They will, if you interact, they will tell you this is what you want, this is what you don't want. You are thinking it's only English. It's only English. Do we have French experts here? Definitely there are some people in this institute that speak French. As you guys here, have created an office. All directors, they are the ones that we know, and all of us, we have it. You that you have it, you have it. If there is nobody that will not want to relate with you. So, what am I saying? Sometimes, letter of intent, this is what is ordained. Query, you have to be talking, you have to know them, and put the engineering parameter. You might not reveal all your secrets, but something that will flash them to call you more, to now show them detail. When last did you write letter of intent? How many letter of intent? This is a typical example. So when I was the journalist brought to examine a professor and a PhD student, these are some of the things that in post-harvest management of origin, nobody will read your proposal. But you write extensive usage of aloe vera gel in targeting farmers around Nile community. You are targeting the community, you have something in mind. Your proposal, that's the reason why so many have written proposal. Oh, what are you doing? What they want? I can need the knowledge.